Hello everyone, welcome to Kids Auto and Truck Repair. Today we have a 2011 Mercedes GL450. In this video, I'm going to share with you how to remove and replace the driver's side window switch. I'm going to show you why we're removing the window switch and then we're going to get it out. Here is why we're replacing the master switch assembly. The button that controls the driver's side window is missing. So to fix that, we have to replace the entire master switch. Now to replace this switch, we have to remove this trim piece over here. This piece just pops off. And then we have to remove this rear view mirror cover. This cover just pops off. There's a speaker behind it that we have to disconnect. And then we have to remove this lock and unlock button. We have to push both buttons together to slide the center piece over here, so that these buttons can come out. Once these buttons come out, there is a screw behind these two buttons that we have to undo. After we undo that screw, then we're gonna pry the door panel out, and then we'll get access to the back of the switch because the switch is bolted to the door panel. We have to get access to the back of the switch so we can unbolt the switch from the door panel. So now I'm going to remove the trim below the door handle. So this trim just pops off, just like that. We're going to gently pop it out of there. And then we have two holes over here. We have screws in these holes that we have to remove. So if you look in this hole, there is a screw right in there. And then let's see if there's a screw over here. Actually, this one is missing a screw. There's no screw in this hole, but there's one over here. Okay, so I'm gonna remove that screw, and then we're gonna remove the cover behind the rear view mirror. And that screw is a T30 screw. I'm gonna remove this one over here. So here comes the first screw. There's supposed to be two screws over here, but this one over here is missing. So now we're gonna remove the unlock button. We're gonna press both of them in, and then we're gonna pull this piece out. So there's a piece between both switches. Okay. Now I'm gonna disconnect these switches here. There's a little tab over here that I pressed with my pocket screwdriver. You press this tab down and then you pull the connector back. Okay, so this little piece over here slides in to lock. You slide it out to remove the switches. So we got the switches removed. Let's get them out of the way. There is a screw over here. I hope you can see that. There's a screw right in there that we have to undo. Same size screw as the first one that we removed. Here comes the second screw. This one is longer than the first one that we removed. Now we're gonna remove this cover. We're just gonna pop it off, just like that. There is a speaker here that we have to disconnect. All right, so the speaker is disconnected. We're gonna get that out of the way. We have undone all the screws that hold the door panel to the door. So now we can pop the door panel out. So I'm going to use this piece over here to pop the door panel. So we have to carefully pop it out, just like that. And then we're gonna go around and pop the entire door panel. So the panel is popped. As you can see, it's free on the bottom. So we're gonna lift the door panel up. I'm gonna reach across and lift up, just like that. So here comes the door panel. Now we have to disconnect the cable for the door handle. Before we remove the door panel completely, we have to disconnect these electrical connectors here. So we're gonna press this tab and then pull the connector out. So just like that. We're gonna do the same thing with this one here. So I'm gonna push the tab down and then pull. Okay, that's good. This is the back of the door panel. Now we're gonna disconnect the cable for the door handle. So I'm gonna push this back and lift, just like that. And then we're gonna disconnect the hook on the handle. So the cable for the door handle, for the inside door handle, is disconnected. So now our door panel can come out. So just like that, we're gonna get this out of the way. This is the back of the master switch inside the door panel. There are two screws over here that we have to remove. There's this one, and then there's another one over here, this one. So let's remove these two screws, and then the master switch is gonna come out. So I'm gonna remove this one first. And then we're gonna remove the second one, which is over here. So here's the second screw. Now there are tabs over here that we have to press in for the master switch to come out. And then there's another one over here. There we go. So now we're going to turn this around. Here's our master switch. Here comes the switch. Okay, so this is the bad one. We're going to get this out of the way. This is the bad master switch, and this is the brand new one. Here's the part number from Mercedes. Let's get the brand new one out of the box. So here is our brand new master switch. As you can see, it looks nice and shiny. Here comes our brand new switch. It has two tabs over here that hold it in place. There's this tab and then this one. So we're gonna install our new switch. We're gonna make sure it's lined up, and then we're gonna push it down just like that. So now let's flip the door panel around so we can get access to the bolts that hold the master switch on the panel. I'm going to tighten the first screw down here. And then the second one over here. All right, so that's good. The switch is installed. Now I'm going to reconnect the electrical connector of the switch. All right, we're good to go. So now let's install the door panel to the door. At this point, everything I'm gonna do is gonna be the reverse process of the removal process. I'm gonna reconnect the cable of the inside door handle. So just like that. I got this cable reconnected, so now I'm going to reconnect these electrical connectors here. The green one goes here, and then the blue one is going to go over here. So just like that, we're good to go. So now we're going to install our door panel. This locking rod is going to go in there. So at this point, we're going to make sure that the door panel is lined up. The door panel is installed, so now I'm going to push the panel against the door to get all the plastic rivets snapped in place. Perfect. Now I'm going to install the bolt that goes over here. All right, so that's tightened. So now we're going to reinstall this trim piece that goes over here. Now the next step is installing the bolt that goes over here. We're going to reinstall our locking switch, this little lock switch. Just like that. We're going to make sure it's lined up. And then we're going to push the center piece in to lock it in place. Perfect. So this is done. Now we're going to install this piece. Just like that. We're going to make sure that this is lined up, and then we're going to push it in place. As you heard, it snapped in place, so we're good to go. I'm going to turn the key on so we can check our switch. I'm going to roll the window up using the new switch. As you can see, the window rolls up. Nice. The passenger side works. Very good. The back ones go up also. So we're good to go. So we're good. This is fixed. We have installed the new master switch on the vehicle. This is awesome. All right, guys, now let's wrap up this video. I'm gonna leave this right over here this is how you remove and replace the window master switch on this 2011 Mercedes GL450. I hope you liked the video. If you like the video, give it a thumbs up. If you don't like the video, give it a thumb down. But if you do, you gotta tell me why so we can make better videos in the future. If this is your first time here, subscribe to the channel. Ring the bell so you can get notified every time I upload a new video. If you have any comments, questions, criticism, leave them in the comment box. Thanks for watching. See you next time.